What's up, Virgo? This is Jesse with 44 Astro with a super new moon solar eclipse tarot reading. This is for the new moon that's going to be taking place on April 8th, which is a solar eclipse. It's going to be at 2:20 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be at 19 degrees Aries, which puts it in the second mansion of the moon. This mansion is about overcoming conflict, but it has to do with conflict and courage. It's a good time to seek raises at work and promotions, these types of things. The solar eclipse has to do with the moon blocking the sun's light, right? So this is the equivalent of resurrection. The moon blocks the sun's light, and then it is reborn again, right? It blocks the light or kills it, and then it's reborn again. Similar to the resurrection of Jesus. That's why Easter takes place during this time of year in spring. It's when things start growing again. It's the resurrection, not just of our world, but of all life around us and even in ourselves. And that's what this is representative of. The moon is exactly conjunct the sun. 19 degrees Aries. It's also conjunct exactly 19 degrees Chiron. Not many understand what Chiron is or what it represents in astrology. So Chiron is an asteroid that orbits in between Uranus and Saturn. Chiron is called the wounded healer because of the story of Chiron is the centaur that taught Ophiuchus how to heal so well that he was making people immortal. And then Hades was upset that he was no longer getting souls. Ooh, right there. And then went to Zeus, and Zeus struck down Ophiuchus and then put him in the sky. He's over there by Scorpio and Sagittarius and is considered that dark spot of the zodiac. That's the 13th sign of the zodiac. But I'm not going to get into all that. But he represents the wounded healer, and he's in between Saturn and Uranus. Saturn on in represents individual attributes or the individual psyche because they move enough and often enough to where there's a lot of variation and change within individuals. So it's very unique and individualized and nuanced for each individual. Saturn being the slowest, which 27 to 31 years around the sun is one orbit. But when you get to the outer planets, past Chiron, which he's the rainbow bridge, to the outer planets, which starts with Uranus, their orbits are much longer. So they affect entire generations. That's why Saturn on in represents the mundane material aspect of what it is to be alive and a human. And then Uranus on out represents the spiritual, collective, expansive, psychic nature of our life experience, a collective experience. And the bridge between that mundane to the sacred or that material to the spiritual is Chiron. That's why Chiron's symbol is a key, because he is the key, the bridge. So this is a great time to unite both the light and dark aspects of ourself. We're going to see it in our world too. The sun is the light. The sun is Christ. The moon is our inner world, the darkness, the unconscious, right? And so think of the sun as like your ego, your outer connection to everything. And then the moon like your mind or your consciousness or your inner world. They're going to be connected. But the consciousness is going to block the light. It's going to block the heart. It's going to block the ego. And it's going to show us the darkness. It's going to force it on us, whether we like it or not. So we're going to see a lot of the darkness, not just in ourselves, but in our world. And it's going to be forced to be healed by the wounded healer. Now, what Chiron can represent in a natal chart can be someone that's chronically ill. If you have Chiron on your ascendant, it's very likely that you're very sick. You're a sickly person or have ailments that you can't get rid of. Or you're afraid of being sick so much that you're a hypochondriac and you only eat the healthiest, organic, super trying to be healthy. And it manifests in one of those two ways. But it also represents the things that you heal within yourself that are dark and terrible, but because you're able to work through it and heal it, you're automatically going to be able to heal others because of it or give that out of yourself because you've experienced it and lived it. And that's what it's going to represent in an individual, and this eclipse is going to represent collectively. And if you think about it, all this is happening in Aries, which is ruled by Mars, which is the god of war. What's going on in our world right now? There are a lot of wars going on, scary wars that can lead to expansion. And Chiron's going to show us this. It's going to magnify us this. And it's either going to help us to resolve it, which Chiron can heal it because it's a wounded healer, or it's going to show us how sick it really is, and it may expand it and make it worse. So let's hope it's more of a resolution, right? And that's also can occur like that in the individual. It's a great time to connect the spiritual with the material. In Hindu traditions, they believe, like, that's why they practice like Ekadashi around new moons and full moons, but they believe specifically during solar eclipses that you can grow spiritually exponentially faster. So much you can accomplish way more in such a short amount of time during eclipse because it opens you. You can see into your darkness. Because I'm telling you, that's what enlightenment is when you're able to open the conscious, connecting it to the unconscious. You start seeing the symbols around you. Because the unconscious speaks in symbols and synchronicities and serendipitous events. That's where our conscious world is just linear. It is what the rational, mundane aspects, linear aspects of things. So when you connect those, that's when you come more whole and complete. And that's what's capable here. If you are a Virgo ascendant, it will occur in your 7th or 8th house. That's the house, 7th house. If it's your 7th house, if you're a Virgo ascendant, that's house of your spouse or your one-on-one relationships. There may be some kind of healing that needs to be done within them. Or you may be shown something that's a sickness there that has to be healed. 8th house is the house of sex, death, and transformation. There could be a death that occurs in a way that helps you learn something and heal. Or you need to be very careful of sexual health during this time. Either you heal sexually in some way, or you could get sick sexually in some way. So I would suggest if you're promiscuous to be very safe during this time, because this eclipses are very auspicious types energy. It can be great transformation one way or the other. But in general, this is going to be about a light being shined on our darkness, and the darkness taking over for a short period of time so we can really see our own bullcrap. And Chiron's going to make us heal it. Or we're going to learn about it and it's going to make us sick, and then we're going to be forced to heal it. Or to start the progress of healing it. And look at the bottom there. That's a healing card. Anyway. I mean, and the moon's going to be very powerful. The supermoon means it's as close in its orbit as it can get. And this is a super new moon. So the moon's influence is going to be very close. The sun is in the 2nd decan of Aries, which he rules. He's exalted in Aries, but that's his decan. The 2nd decan, there's 3 decans in each sign. There's 30 degrees in each sign. 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30. Those are all 3 decans. The 2nd decan of Aries is ruled by the sun. That's where the sun is. He wants to be there. It's a great house for the sun, or a great sign because he's exalted there, and decan because he rules that decan. So there should be a lot of confidence in this, and we're going to need confidence to get through the darkness that's about to be shown to us, whether that be collectively or individually. It's a great time to practice spiritual practices. Great growth can happen, even if it's just fasting, if you can physically do that, or meditation, prayer, these types of things. It's going to go a lot further right now. Manifestations, things that you want. Anyway, Virgo, I'm done ranting. You and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. That's a great card to have, especially during this auspicious time. So it's all good. There's something being offered to you right now that you're not seeing, or there's something you are seeing. It's being offered to you, but you're refusing. But it's going to be adamantly pressed upon you to either accept or not accept. Like it's like now or never. This could be something big, or this could be you trying to force a decision on someone else. It's like someone is being forced to make a move. Maybe it's your kids and you're pressing your kids to make a decision about college or something like that, because look, right ahead right here you have the Hierophant. This could represent like a big university or a big job. It could be like a big job offer or something like that either it's being forced on you to make this decision, or you're trying to be like, oh, you need to make this decision about this, maybe for college or for your future. Or it could be you even that's making this big decision for this. You may be worried about your loved ones. The only reason I say that is because it says you and your loved ones are safe. So if it is a loved one that needs to make this decision, and you're trying to help them make this decision, that would make sense that it would go with that card. Because it looks like the conscious influence is worrying about money. And we all worry about money. That's not, unusual. We all worry about money to some extent. Behind you, there was some kind of victory. Or this is how you were feeling recently, but maybe not so much now. For some reason, you're not feeling as confident as you once were. There's worry here. specifically, you're worried about your loved ones, if I have to guess. Family members, most likely, but it doesn't have to be family. It could be your friends, even. It feels like they're not making a decision about something, you're trying to help them. Or you're not making a decision about something, and they're trying to help you make the decision. Either way. But there's great strength here in the unconscious influence. So you have what you need. There's great strength around you. So I wouldn't worry so much about putting off this decision. I mean, you need to make a decision, but I wouldn't worry so much about the outcome because you're strong. So you're going to be fine. You know, this is you right now. You're in a period of stasis. You are not making a decision right now. Or someone is not making a decision. And maybe you. 2 4s here, 44. 44, many of you may be seeing 44 a lot, or it may be playing a role in your life. Like, that could be a synchronicity or a serendipitous event that you have when you're seeing that. When you see the numbers and it stands out to you, think about what you were thinking about right before then, or like what's happening around you, because it could be some kind of inclination about what you need to do in that situation or about that specific subject or situation. You know, in your environment, there's confusion. Maybe you're not making a decision because you don't feel like you have enough of the facts. And Virgos are very fact-oriented individuals. They're very meticulous. They're very smart. And they want all the details. Mercury. That's what Mercury's all about. Breaking things down. Knowing everything about it before you make a move. Sometimes you're just not going to have all the facts and you have to take a risk. Normally that's a great thing to do, is know all the facts about it. I would say do that all day, because the more you know about it, the more prepared you are. But there's going to be some situations in life it's just not going to be possible. A risk is going to have to be taken. So if you're worried about this decision that you make, how somehow it's going to affect your family, or like maybe you need to go off and do something like work abroad or leave to go to school or something like that, and you're worried about not being able to take care of your family, they're going to be fine. But you have to make your decision. You're not going to have all the answers. You're not. And this is a big opportunity. This ain't no little opportunity. This is big. It's something big. It's going to be a big change in your life if you decide to do it too. You know, the advice is saying, do it. You're going to be shining like the sun. It's going to be a spotlight on you. This is like fame type energy. This could be something you end up being known for. You really want to miss out on that? This could be something that's very important in your destiny. The light will shine on you. But right now, you're just worried about it. Now, I can understand that being in the spotlight isn't for everyone, especially if you're introverted by nature. And that could be what your hesitation is. And that alone could make you worry. Because maybe you know there's going to be a spotlight on you in some way. Maybe you have to give speeches or teach classes or something. You're like, I don't really want all that attention on me. But you're the best person to do it. I think Carl Jung said, where your fear is, that's where your task is. That's where you're going to grow the most. Don't worry about your loved ones. They're going to be fine. They're going to be just fine. They're safe. You need to take this shot. Whatever this opportunity is, it's big, and you need to take this shot. It's definitely going to be something it's going to be out of your comfort zone type of thing. It's going to make you worry. You're going to worry about it. I don't think you may be the kind of person that doesn't want the spotlight on you necessarily, but you have something that you need to offer the world. And you literally have the sun and the moon. There's about to be an eclipse. You can't make this shit up. Boom. Well, I'm telling you right now, something big is going to happen for you for this eclipse. It feels like it, Virgo. But you're tough. You have strength in the unconscious. You can get through whatever this is. Whatever this worries is. I mean, money here. Maybe not wanting the attention on you. Or worried about being good enough to accomplish it. You have this. You have everything you need. You will be strong. You will accomplish it. All right, Virgo, that's all I have. Please consider liking, subscribing, and commenting. You don't have to if you don't want to, but it would make me happy. And not only that, it would encourage me to make more videos. I'm really low on watch hours. I'm trying to get my watch hours up. I want to pour more time and effort into this channel, make more astrology videos and stuff. I mean, this isn't anything that's like making me money. It's just a hobby at this point. It's been for almost a year now. And that's okay, but I'm not able to put as much effort into it as I want to. Hopefully we can get to the point where I can. And that's where the likes, subscribes, and comments come in. They're going to help me get close there, especially the watch hours, which is what I'm lacking right now to get there. But either way, you don't have to if you don't want to. Either way, I'm just grateful that you're here, and I hope to see you here again. Happy solar eclipse.